What is the timing? 10 o'clock is the timing. Put the presentation on. Keep the speakers on so that we can see who has joined. There's a sprint photo on my phone. Good morning. Can you hear us? Can anyone hear us?
Ali, can you hear us?
Yes, we can hear you guys.
We can't hear you actually. Can you just see Vishnu?
Can hear you, okay, but we can't hear them. Just click on it. It has to be logit, I guess.
Yeah. It's okay. The voice is there. I can see.
Disconnect and reconnect. This is making strange sounds.
Okay, I'll disconnect.
You see-
Yeah, can you hear us now?
There's an exclamation mark.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, thanks a lot. We are already 10 o'clock now. I think there are not many participants. We'll wait for 10 minutes if that's okay for you.
Yes, sure, no problem.
Okay, fine.
One more.
Have more participants to join, so we will start by 10:10. Okay.
Yeah, better.
Hmm? Yeah, good morning. Salaam alaikum. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
I think we waited for 10 minutes. Some people have joined, so we'll start the presentation and other people may join by the time. So, Assalamu alaikum and good morning for Full-Time Energy Investor Relations meeting for 2024 H1. So, my name is Mohammad Azmal Pasha. I'm the CEO of the company. Along with me, my team is there. I have Ahmed Kharusi, who is the General Manager of Distribution Transformer, Mohammad Shakshi, who is the Legal Officer, Rasha, who is Board Secretary, Abhin Somi is General Manager Shared Service, Ali Busaidi is Manager for Administration, Nabil is there, the Finance Controller. So I'll start the meeting with go to the slide, the key indicators. You can see my presentation. Can you see the presentation? Can you see
Yes,
the
yes,
presentation?
presentation is visible.
Yeah, let's go on, Nishan. So these are the key indicators for performance for H1. Sales has been 16.174 million real. The raw material cost has been 8.73 million, which is very, very good in terms of performance. The gross margins have been 5.31 million, which is 32.83%, much higher than ever in history of full-time. Profit after tax is 2.074 million, which is 12.82%. Order booking has been phenomenal. We have done an order booking of 62.32 million. This 62.32 million includes exports and domestic. We have a very good mix of export and domestics. We have booked an order of almost 36 million, 38 million for exports and 23 million for domestic. Our footprint in terms of new countries are also expanded. So the order booking, when the order booking is very high, it gives a very good indication that going forward, the years are having stable order flow. As far as operating working capital is concerned, we are at 15.62 million. This is the average operating working capital, which is within our budgeted and targeted norms. So next. When you see sales in terms of last year to this year, last year was 12.92 and this year is 16.17, which is considerably increased. When you see on the right side sales distribution, in 2023, we had domestic to sales, 44% of domestic and 56% of export. But in 2024, first half, we have 48% of domestic and 52% of export. That means our domestic sales is also increased in terms of our exposure, primarily because of some strategic orders what we executed in first half of the year. You can see order booking. This is what I was talking about. The order booking is 62.3 million as compared to last year half of 17.7 million. This is a steep growth. Primarily, this has come based on our efforts in terms of new markets, new products and all, which has given a huge demand of requirement for the customers. In terms of order distribution, you can see 38% was domestic, 38% is domestic and 62% export. The order booking for export is large. Our orders from UAE, Saudi Arabia has been phenomenally high. Apart from we had order from US, we had order from African countries where we have already established our product. As compared to 2023, it was almost 50-50%. But the growth is coming primarily from export, while when you see the figures, 38% of 62 million constitute a large amount. In 2023, we are talking about around 8 million. And here we are talking about almost 22 million. So it's a big jump in terms of domestic requirement also as compared to last year. In transform primarily, the main item which is constituting profitability and the efficiency is the raw material cost. Raw material cost from last year, which was 64.43, which was also phenomenally good. You can see the 5 years performance. Generally, we used to work around 70 to 73%. And in 2022, because of commodity prices, it went to a very high level, which caused us our issues. Subsequently, we were able to manage it and bring it to 64.43%. And 2024 H1, we are at 54.01%. This is primarily the reasons of improved gross margins, your PAT, and all this stuff. So 54.01% of MSR has multiple reasoning. And this is based on how we optimize our design, what is the spread of market, what is the supply chain, what we are dealing with, new supplier base which is coming in, and a lot of structured technical negotiation we have done in terms of getting the raw material cost reduced. These are the key factors apart from some service jobs, some strategic project which has been executed during the H1. When it comes to direct costs, there is slightly increase from 1.93 million to 2.1 million. This increase is primarily because we have logistics and freight. There are orders which has come for export. The moment you have higher export, you have an issue of freight costs, handling costs, and this cost increases as compared to what is a mix you have. That's the reason the other direct costs is increased here. But still, when we compare to the sales ratio, this direct cost is 1% reduced from last year. Same is sales and administration cost. It has increased from 2.2 million to 2.6 million. This is primarily against, again, export orders, where you have a lot of other activities in terms of customer relationship, your agent commission and all, which are the reason for slight increase in our sales and administration cost. When you see gross profit, this is a plotting of 4 years. We have been at the company has been always a positive gross margin. And from gross profit of 2.6 million last year, we have almost done double, 5.3 million. Though the raw material cost, what you see is hardly 10% of increase, 10% reduction, but the gross margin increase is substantially there, almost double increase in gross margin. So we are now at 5.3 million for H1. Same reflection you get in PAT, because other costs, sales marketing costs and other costs have also been worked well in terms of the total sales. The profitability of the group has gone from 111,000 last year's same time to 2 million. This multifold increase primarily related to sales price, raw material costs, other costs and all. Same reflection you can see in EBITDA also. This is multifold increase. It's almost 3-time increase from negative 66 to 889 to 3.1 million. So these all are contributors to the performance. If you see what are the key contributors, what has made this performance of increased profitability as compared to last year now, there have been large and strategic orders which were taken, including large transformer orders. The moment we do large transformers, the value addition what you get is large. Again, the average MVA what we talk about in the transformer industry, the average MVA goes up, your contribution goes up. Again, these are to be available based on the customer requirement. So we had good orders of large transformer, which was the reason for positive contribution. We work very closely on raw material costs. The commodity price was also to a greater extent stabilized during H1. There was variation, but not to such a variation that it will impact our raw material planning. We had hedging policy also in place. We were hedging our copper. We were monitoring our copper very well. It has also given an improved bottom line for us. The market price also increased comparatively for previous years, primarily because there's a huge demand. Globally, there's a huge demand of transformers, special transformers and power transformers, because of which the capacities are also going low globally. So the price have also improved in a good manner. That is also added to our contribution. Then oil and gas orders are there, new market entered. We have entered new market, like we were never supplying to Bahrain, to EVA, to Transco or DIVA. So we are supplying this also. We are supplying almost 1.8 gigawatts of solar power transformer to DIVA 6. This is it's a new market for us, and it's a very competitive market. Then improved production efficiency. We are continuously working on improving our efficiency. We are talking about our norms, improving the norms, adding new technologies, methods of verification, validation. The company, distribution transfer company, is already working on lean development. We already started our lean expansion. This is also increasing the efficiency. There are other strategic actions what we have taken in our previous goals, where we added new products like 220 kV transformer, 400 kV transformer. We added now shunt reactor. We have inverter duty transformer. We have skid solutions. We're now adding MV switch gear, improvised MV switch gear. These are the products which are strategic in nature. And we have added new markets also, which were not there. Currently, Volta supplies to almost 32 countries. So we have developed those relationships. Those are the reason and positive contributors to the change what you've seen in the H1 of 2024, where the profitability has multifolded increase, gross margin increase, sales have also considerably increased, raw material costs has reduced. What are the negative contributors? There is the ongoing political scenario, the ongoing things which are happening. There is an increased logistic cost. And when you say increased logistic cost, even there is no certainty on logistics. sometimes we get into a situation where metal is there at the port and it is not picked up by the vessel. So these are the issues which are there. This is also considerably having impact on our deliverables, our commitment to the sales, as well as cost of logistics. So delivery issues with suppliers is also there because of the demand in used large transformer, special transformer. The key transformer component suppliers like bushings, OLTC and all, they're all full. They are working at 30% more capacity. And that's reason there are delivery issues. And there's a lot of work going on to ensure that the supplier base is able to deliver our requirement. Again, price preference is there in GCC market. This is currently a common tendency. Every country has its own ICV program. And with that ICV program, they prioritize the local manufacturer. Like you were there in Saudi yesterday, Saudi Arabia has got a local preference of 30% for the local manufacturer. Since that 30% is there, it's very difficult for other outside player to come in, including the GCC player. Same is there for other countries. So this is something which is also not allowing to have large orders and higher profitability. That's the reason we are trying to see other strategies to go into these areas. Chinese market expansion is there. Private projects and all are there. We are working a lot in terms of handling this. Currently, old amp transformers are in the mandatory list of all the major utilities as well as Oman Investment Authority. So we hope this will help us in terms of containing this expansion for products which is available in the market. Again, IPPs are largely price driven. This also doesn't allow local content, but still we are trying our network to ensure that we are able to get whatever we can get, including the orders what we are having right now. So these are some of the negative contributors. So this is what we have for H1. You have any questions? I'm ready to answer you. So any question anyone have?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, please.
First of all, congratulations on a great set of results. It was truly very impressive performance. So congratulations to all of you. The question pertains to the order book. So you said that the current order book is about 62 million OMR, which is about more or less 4 times the previous year, and 62% are export orders. So can you kind of specify how much of the export orders are from your new territories, say SEC or DEWA, or the Saudi and UAE as a whole?
You see, we have orders from US, which you're aware of. We have orders. We have a considerable orders from SEC. SEC, UAE combined, we have almost SEC. I can say Saudi Arabia, UAE, which we opened new, as well as US. These 3 countries, which are new countries for us, is almost 20 million Oman riyal.
And if you can give a broad idea of, say, these orders are pertaining more or less to your special transformers or the big transformers, or are they like the generic products which have like lower margins?
So these are largely, the majority of the 62 million, the majority is constituting large power transformers, which are in huge demand and availability in current time. Whether it is Saudi Electricity Company or DEWA or Transco, these are all large transformers which are there. And we have even special transformer, like when we go for next full year, we have recently won even order from Kaharama for almost 11 million Omani riyal, which is again not included part of H1 because this is came in August. So we have mix of orders. We have orders in all the companies, all the products in a very good mix.
Great. And in general, it looks like that the Oman order book has also increased, and this is particularly very interesting. Can you give some shed some more light on this? Where are the orders coming from? Is it the utility companies, or is it like special for industries or specific companies?
So if you see 2023, there were a lot of projects announced by Oman Electricity Transmission Company, OETC, which is a major transmission company in Oman. But the process of finalization took some time. That's the reason some of the orders which were supposed to be coming last year has fallen in January and February. When I say orders from local market, there is a good mix in terms of this. We have very good orders in terms of power transfer, distribution transfer from utilities, from OETC, from NAMA and all. And we also have a large order coming from industry. There's a silicone company coming up in Sohar. So we have order from them. There is a titanium company which is coming up in Sohar. We have order from them. So there is a mix actually. So we have a very good mix in terms of utility and industry this time.
All right, thank
As
you.
well as oil and gas, we have good respected orders from very strategic orders from PD also. Anyone has any other question or you have any follow-up question? I hope you guys hear us.
Yes, we can hear you. I just have a very small question. So when talking about the freight costs, especially the outward freight cost to the US, so is it totally absorbed by you, or is it like how's the contract frame? Is it like FOB or is it CFR in industry terms? Like can you give some light on this?
In US, actually, the terms works is FOB skid. Okay, so that means they are asking us to supply the transfer on their skid. That means that we need to manufacture, we need to transport it to the US, we need to clear it US, we need to have road transportation and deliver on their plinth, fully installed. So it's a complete end-to-end program which works in US. So we have this order with them. So we have already negotiated and contracted with our shipping people as well as a local contractor in US who will be doing our handling and placement of the transformer in the plane.
All right, thank you so much. That's it from my side.
Anyone else has any question? United Securities, Mr. Shaheen, Ms. Shaheen, Vishal Balla. If any questions are there, kindly let me know. Vishal has got any questions?
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, go on, Vishal.
Hi, good morning. Sorry, I've just joined the call. I was in another meeting. I've missed what's being done so far. But if you could just give us an update on, you had a case against Oman Export Credit Agency, if I'm not mistaken. If you could just give us an update on that. If that's not already been covered, my apologies.
Yeah, we can hear you actually. So we have primarily we had this order with Egypt, and we had insurance covered with Credit Oman. Then we had some litigation. Based on that, we have put up a case on Credit Oman. We had a discussion, and finally the judge has announced that this has to go to a commercial expert who will be able to do a due diligence of the whole contract and then come back. This was supposed to be submitted in August, but unfortunately the commercial expert has not presented it. The new date has been given in October 7th, 15th October. 15th October is the new date. So the commercial expert is being appointed by the judge, and he will be doing due diligence and giving the information to the judge.
And the amount is 400,000 riyals, correct?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And if you could just like I said, sorry, I missed it so far. In terms of, what are the projects that you're looking at? The numbers we've seen are fantastic. What's the sustainability of the numbers? What are some of the sort of technologies or some of the products that you're working on that excite you as a company? If you could just give us some update.
If you see the one which you don't see in the financial are the order booking. So I'll just give you a brief on order booking. It was part of the presentation. We have order booking of almost 62 million, which is quite decent as compared to last year. We had 17 million during the first half. Again, 17 million. We have 62 million, and this 62 million is also spread very nicely in terms of export and domestic, as well as various countries. So there is a big demand in terms of power transformer primarily and special transformers. Based on that, we have a very good order booking coming from new countries also, which has not been there, like US, Saudi Arabia, UAE, and Bahrain. And we are continuing to have our local presence strong. Like last year, the first half, we had order booking of almost 8.5 million. And this year, against that 8.5 million, the first half, we got almost 22 million. Okay, so I was explaining how this has come up. There were a lot of large orders which was announced by OETC, including the RUP2 program, which is the interconnection between North and South. We were not there in the first program primarily because the products which are there, large, big projects, 400 kV transfer, 220 kV transfer, we were not qualified at the time. So this all transformers came from Europe and Far East. And now, since we already supplied this 400 kV, 220 kV transfer and all, we stand in a very, very solid situation in terms of getting this order. And alhamdulillah, we got all these orders of RUP2. And this is like, this itself, 3 projects are 8 million Oman area. So that's how we are able to have a good mix of transformers. We have some very good industrial orders also in Oman, coming from Sohar development, which is happening, Dukum development, which is happening. And in terms of export, we are doing a lot of orders in terms of renewable energy. We are currently executing an order for Diva 6 for 1.8 gigawatts of renewable solar power transformers. We have orders in Saudi Arabia for solar power. So it's a mix of orders what we have. We're doing data center in USA, data center transformers are there. So in a nutshell, to answer you, there's a very nice mix of different countries, different products, and different types which are there. So it's a very, very healthy situation.
Oh, that's excellent to hear. Congratulations on that. Now, in terms of this 62 million real order book, what's the time over which you'll execute this order book, and what visibility do you see in terms of bidding for future projects? Sorry.
So if you see currently, generally what we used to do was we used to have a delivery time of based on different product, 3 months to 12 months used to be our product. Distribution transfer switchgear used to be 3 to 6 months for general contracts, not large contracts, and power transfer used to be 8 to 12 months. That is the time what is there after the drawing approval of manufacturing clearance. Currently, we are working with 14 to 16 months, and that's the cycle which is there. And customers are deciding right now based on the demand which is there. Even customers are deciding with 24 months delivery program also.
Noted. Now, one of the discussions we had probably a couple of calls ago was one of the key risks for the company was submitting a bid for the project and the time gap between the project being awarded and the movement in commodity prices. And because there was high volatility in that space, that is what led to some sort of margin erosion. Are you seeing that practice still happening in terms of, sometimes some projects take longer than sort of planned to be awarded, and that's still a key risk for the company, or just given the sort of sideways nature of commodity prices, you don't see that risk in the short term?
If you see, this is something which is, I don't say there's no risk, but we are trying to mitigate the risk as much as possible, because the timeline between the tender to the order is at risk. And once you get an order, then we are mitigating it through our copper hedging and all. But we are working in a hybrid model where, based on our capacity and all, we are going to have some amount of material always in the ordering stage and on receipt stage. So, like if you need a demand of 100 tons of copper, so you don't need to wait for an order to come because you're having everything in pipeline. we're trying to see that we always have a flow of material which is there, and we average out those prices and quote next order so that we are able to mitigate to a greater extent.
And in terms of ordering during pipeline versus a confirmed order, what is the percentage?
This is actually when you say that you're talking something about hit rate of this kind. So the hit rate is generally 12 to 15% of what you give. And when you say today, in terms of today, because the order booking is large, you are it's almost twice. The orders in pipeline are twice the order what you have.
Okay. You know, one of the things that Voltam sort of tried, spoke about standing out was transforming towards a technology provider than just being a pure product company. In terms of your product offerings, how has that journey been so far, and how do you see yourself standing out against competition? Because I think you just mentioned you've done some projects in Saudi, you're doing something for Diva, you're doing something for data centers in the US. So it's commendable that a Omani company is able to sort of outreach regionally as well as internationally. So how has that journey been in terms of differentiating yourself against competitors? Because I would imagine all these countries already have, transformer manufacturers. So if you could just shed some light on that.
If you see, we were there yesterday in Saudi Arabia. We were having a meeting with Minister of Energy in Saudi Arabia also, just to see what are the avenues for us, because we are also putting a joint venture there. When you see it already, Voltamp has gone a long way in terms of development of product. We've been working on product development and having a technology advantage for quite many years. And in last 4 years, we developed 4 new products which are niche, which are first time in the region. So when we say 400 kV, first time in region in GCC and Africa, we are now developing another product called shunt reactor. And we have an order for the shunt reactor. Shunt reactor, there are only 16 manufacturers in the world. And this 16 manufacturers also limit to 6 countries, 6 or 7 countries. Okay, so we are developing the shunt reactor, and there's a huge demand, and this is item is identified as a probable risk for global power security. All, even our GCCI connection, each countries require a shunt reactor for compensation of losses. And this product is developed by very few manufacturers, and is a complicated product. So we developed this product. We are now in this product range also. We have order booking for that. And we are actually, we can proudly say, we are at a stage where we have certain product which people can't even think to go in 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 years.
So in terms of your order booking or in terms of revenue over the last say 12 or 24 months, or let's say over the next 24 to 36 months, what percentage comes from your standard off-the-shelf product versus some of these new products that you've worked on, or some of the specialized products that you've worked on? If you could just give us some idea.
If you see standard product, what you have, the margins are low, the competition is high, and it's more or less, you can say, these products are not so technologically challenging. So you have competition, you have suppliers which are there. Our agenda is to see that we reduce the dependency on standard transformer as our base load as much as possible. Because special transformers are the ones which are going to give the bottom line and which are technologically superior. So currently we can say it's hardly 20-25%, which is standard transformers. Balance all are, majority of them are special transformers, because power transformers generally are not standard, because those are all made to order with special requirements and all. So you can say in a nutshell, 25% is standard and 74% is special transformers.
Excellent. So, thanks for the answers so far. So to summarize, you have an order book of 62 million, which will be executed over the next 13 to 16 months on average. There's a healthy pipeline in place. The revenue run rate should continue, and you're confident of sort of margin expansion because of product differentiation, as well as R&D, which has led to new products that are not there in the market. Is that a fair summary?
Yes, so that's fair.
And just the last comment from your side on the working capital. It's great to see the company do well and expand. But in terms of working capital, has that been stable? Has that been smooth with some of the new projects, etc., or any concerns over there going forward as well, or historically?
You see, for us, based on our historical certain bad orders or bad customers, we have put forward a very stringent methods of giving credit to our customer and ensuring that our security of our payment is ensured. Many of the orders, like we have a chart which talks about which type of customer, which type of country has got what type of credit facility. Okay. If you're doing a business in Africa, some third world country, we will not deliver the transfer unless I get a full payment. So we secure the payment. Like if you see this H1, we have positive cash flow, but there are a lot of money, there are a lot of funds which has come in as part of advances, as part of collections and all. So we are very healthy in terms of our collectibles in recent times.
Excellent. Okay, that's good to know. Well, that's it from my side. Thank you for this call. Apologies for joining late. I wish you and the team all the best.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Anyone else has any question? We'll have 2 more minutes. 10:45, close it.
1 hour.
Hmm?
Up 1 hour. That's 2 minutes.
Okay, if no one has got any question further, thank you very much for joining, and thanks a lot for all your support. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.